Hello friends, I'm very happy to discuss with you a very important topic, that is how to get out of the people pleasing trap or the approval syndrome. According to statistics, almost 99% people in this world are infected with this syndrome of approval addiction, and everyone literally is into the people pleasing trap. Let us see why everyone wants to please people around them. What is the basic cause? What is this people pleasing syndrome? The nature of the soul is to give and receive love. We all are spirit souls. We are longing for belonging and connection, which is the fundamental need of every human being. But when it is misdirected from God and His devotees to general people in this world just to get their needs fulfilled, it is nothing but a flip side of envy. Because we want to be like others, we always want to please them so that we can fulfill their needs, whether it's right, wrong, or whatever. We always want to get an approval. We always want to be surrounded by our yes man. And we always want to be liked by others, and this is called people pleasing. No one can bear to take the fear of being criticized or rejected. So even though they don't want to do it from within, they are always behind people pleasing to remove the fear of being criticized or rejected. And too much of honey is not good for us. Similarly, trying to win too much praise is not at all good for us. What are the symptoms of people pleasers? These people have a big difficulty in saying no. They have a very low sense of self-esteem. Their sense of self-worth comes from others, not from themselves. They feel guilty of prioritizing themselves above others. They are always wanting to agree with everything, even though they don't want. They are always overcommitting. Rather than undercommitting and overdo, they are always overcommitting and cannot do. There is always fear of rejection, and there is fear of guilt. There is feelings of guilt for prioritizing oneself. But people pleasing is very dangerous and very detrimental for the physical, mental, and emotional health of a person. What are the dangers of people pleasing? Number one, people pleasing will cause you to miss God's will in your life. For the purpose which you have come into this world, to fulfill your purpose which God has sent you for, rather than pleasing God, some siddhir haritoshanam, as Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, the purpose is to please God. Our purpose then will become people, and only God can examine the motive in our heart. Second, people pleasing prevents our faith from going. When the opinion of others looms large in your life, God's role becomes reduced in your life. How can you be finally happy? When you value anyone else's opinion more than God's, you give that power to the other person and authority to that person, that which only belongs to God. People pleasing leads to many other wrong and sinful activities which God doesn't want us to do. But just so that your need is fulfilled by satisfying the people around you, we tend to do this. People pleasing causes a lot of hypocrisy. We become highly image conscious and we show to the world what we are not. We cannot feel what we speak and we cannot speak what we feel. This happens when we become people pleasers. Whenever we become people pleasers, we silence our life messages which comes from God and which comes from universe. Constantly a people pleaser is under tension whether he will be rejected, whether the society will approve him or not. And such sociotropic people, means people pleasers, are always under feelings of fear, resentment, anger and guilt. FRAG. They can be abandoned anytime or they can be de-appreciated. People pleasers always take you for granted. They increase their anxiety and emotional dependence on others. The remote control of their life is dependent on others, and they think that when they will please others, they will become happy, which seldom happens because even a blade of grass doesn't move without the will of the Lord. And you know what happens? This constant anxiety that whether the other person will be pleased or he will be disappointed is always looming large in his mind. And this additional mental tension and emotional constipation affects the body, and it comes out in form of pains, aches, muscular tensions, itch, autoimmunity, allergy, and so many physical illnesses which could start from indigestion and could end up in a heart attack because of emotional constipation. Now, after we have discussed that why people are people pleasers and what are the dangers of people pleasing, let us come to the most important part, that is the solutions of how you can break free from this approval addiction or people pleasing trap or syndrome. Please understand, what is your experience in the world? Could you ever please all the people? Is it possible for you to please the whole world? Or let me be frank, have you ever pleased one single person in your life? Most of the couples are constantly in tension that they are not able to please the other partner. Literally all marriages are in a struggle because the one partner is not able to please the other partner. Or my dear friends, do you know, even God cannot please everyone. If we see Krishna's life, not everyone was pleased with him. You don't need other person's approval to be happy. I have seen many times that people overdress. Do you know why they overdress? The only reason why they overdress is that they have a very low sense of self-worth and self-esteem. 10 people have to say, Dr. Saurabh, you're looking good, you're looking awesome, you're looking great, and then only feels that he is great. What seems so important now is so temporary. Just imagine you're getting up in a train in which you have nothing, and when you have to leave the train, you have nothing before you quit, and in the train you get so many things, a house, a bungalow, a partner, a money and all. How long is this life? How long and how much can you get the approval of others? This is all a temporary thing. Can you get unlimited approval? Can you get infinite love? Can you do unlimited people pleasing? Because slowly your body will grow old, your energy will reduce, and things will not be as it was in your youthful days. Please remember, the goal of life as mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita is Sam Siddhir Hari Toshanam. Hari, Krishna, needs to be pleased. Hari ki tushti, or Krishna needs to be pleased, not people. And anyway, in this world, expectation minus reality is equal to frustration. Have you seen that even if you do maximum, still people criticize, still people are not happy? Remember that one day when you die, you have to give all your account to God through his messengers. Then what will you say? I pleased Rohan, I pleased Sohan, I pleased Mohan. But what about God? Your creator who sent you into this world for a purpose, and rather than fulfilling the purpose just to meet your own materialistic needs, you started people pleasing all around. If the person said that today is a rainy day, you said rainy day, rainy day, rainy day. If he said no, it's a sunny day, you said sunny, sunny, sunny. That person gives you a rope and says snake, leave it, and you leave the rope when you know that it's not a snake. So please set healthy boundaries. Know what is the definition of success? Success means to know how much to do, for whom to do, till when to do, why to do, and with what motive to do. Rather than prioritizing your schedules, you need to schedule your priorities. If you are not able to say no, it means that you don't have a big yes in your life. What is your mission statement? Why have you come into this world? Look around in the room from where you're seeing this video. Everything has a purpose. What is the purpose of your life? People pleasing or God pleasing? And avoid over apologizing to people in which you don't have a fault, and work on your sense of self-worth. Sense of self-worth comes from oneself and not from others. Now I will be discussing just small 4 short cases by which we can understand in details what are the issues with people pleasing. Case number 1. Is it really possible to love everyone and love all people in this being a people-pleasing prisoner? People pleasers feel responsible for how other people feel and apologize for things that are not even their fault. Other people's feeling is their responsibility. It is none of your business of how others are feeling. These tendencies are unhealthy and these cause damaging of relationships. In the long run, it is mentally draining and inevitably manifests as sickness in the body. So, we should see that these are just point of views and not get enamored by this. The people-pleasing mentality comes from preoccupied parents. And imagine the anxiety of having to anticipate all your parents' needs and remember what all to do with great attention. Is it humanly possible? When we are not authentic, we cannot receive or feel the love of others. Because people who love us don't really love us, but a version of the self we have presented to them. Please understand this. Love cannot operate when there is manipulation and control. So people pleasers need to be vulnerable and accountable for the love to thrive. Case number 2. People pleasing can degrade our leadership. Many leaders struggle with people pleasing. It makes one overloaded with work and they can't do the most important work. They can't delegate and develop capacities to others. They can harm the credibility and integrity which is required in leadership just because they are wanting to be surrounded by their yes men. Workers can take advantage of such people pleasers and get their things done. In short, people pleasing causes problems like indecisiveness, lack of direction, lack of accountability, and poor results. Case number 3. Such sociotropic people can be vindictive towards people close to them because they are constantly pleasing the outside people. All the brass and all the frustration they have to take out on their near and dear ones. So since the people pleasers are constantly suppressing their own desires and opinions, the real devil comes out with their own family members and near and dear friends who have to bear the brunt of their artificial life which they are suppressing. And the last case for today. Generally, people pleasers are very image conscious people. There is you and there is an image of you. There is your Aadhaar card photo, the real photo, and the Facebook photo, which is a presented photo. Image conscious means what opinion others have for you. Which dress I should pick up and wear so that everyone is pleased. What makeup should you put up so that everyone is pleased. You must realize that most of your choices in life are made and influenced by your image. So last but not the least, in conclusion, I would love to say that we will not always please all people for all the time to come. Life is temporary. Let us know what is the purpose of God. We have come to please God and not anyone else. Our days are spent to please God, bring Him joy, reflect of one who created us for this ultimate glory. When we turn our thoughts and actions from pleasing others to pleasing God, only then we can find satisfaction, contentment, real peace, freedom, and bliss. I hope this video has been helpful for you. Who are the people whom you are trying to please? Please type in the comment box. What did you learn from the video? what is the thing which touched your heart, and tell that one commitment which you are giving to yourself. You can put it in the comments that you will stop the people-pleasing business and start working for God's pleasure and God's love. Thank you very much for your patient hearing.